Let's kick this baby off. Let's go.
Let's do it.
So, welcome everybody for another Razor Company coming at you live, and we have a fun show today. Yes,
right.
We have Monica from Van Yulay. We're very excited, accompanied by me with also J-Mac, the Red Island Shaver. You know him, you love him, the Don himself.
Nice.
And yes, we're very excited to get to know Monica and get to know Van Yulay and get and everything, and also talk about what's coming up. So definitely. So
what's not coming up?
right on. So go ahead, let's get right into her. Introduce yourself in case there's a lot of the new people that are watching, you know, who don't know who you are or anything, that get to know you, and a little bit about the company.
Okay. Monica Gillum, Van Yulay. I've been in business since 1999. So March of next year will be my 25th anniversary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Trying to figure out what I'm going to do for that. But before that, 2 years prior. Anyway, so we had homemade suds. All day long. So they would call and say, hey, you know, do you have any hops for sale? And no, I don't have hops for sale. So I did a lot of research and tried to figure out how to, and everybody always asks me, where does Van Yulay come from? It's not a Seinfeld thing, you know, Van Yulay Industries. It's not that. It's part of my last name is Van Wittbach. Well, it was supposed to be. And that's a whole other thing with the DNA testing, but I'm not German, which I've always been told my whole life I am. So, but Van Wittbach is Van Wittbach, and Van means royalty, and Yulay, where the emu oil comes from, they say Yulay, they mean skin. So it's royalty frontline skincare products. So, and with that said, I make skincare. I have lots of products to show you today. That's how I got started. I started with bar soap, and then I also make silicone molds, which is another facet to my business. And I do the shaving soaps. Yeah, there's we counted them. We have, I think we're at 325 right now. Yeah, right. Yeah, it was
and counting.
Yeah, they were counting, and then but we've got this other section with the seasonal. I go, that's enough. They get the idea. So yeah, so there's plenty to go around, and with that also I make handles. That's my go-to to unwind, and if I've had a bad day, just take that knife and carve something. And so there's a lot of facets to my business. I'm always creating because of the silicone molds. I'm always creating because of the shave soap, which I love, and that's why I'm here. And so it's been great, and I love Van Yulay. I love my job. It's really not a job. It's just something I get up and look forward to every day. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Love it. Go ahead, J-Mac.
So going back to the start, then back in 1999, what was the catalyst to make you want to start making soaps and products?
So my grandmother, on the farm, I used to milk the goats every day. And I said, Grandma, I've made cheese, I've made cheesecake, you know, the kids drink milk, but they can't drink 2 gallons a day. What do I do with this milk? And she goes, make me some soap. And I'm like, soap? Huh, how do you do that? And she goes, I don't know, but make soap, make me some soap. And so I went to the library, because back then, that tells you how old I am, you just couldn't go get a recipe on the internet and download it and, you know, just get something that somebody's already done 100 times. And, you know, Carrie she has a beautiful book. I lost my train of thought. Carrie that does the soaps. She has a book, and that came out, I think, 5 years or 10 years after I started. But in the meantime, I had to go to the library. I had to go learn how to do all this. And I'm so thankful that I learned this way, because I can formulate anything now, not just because I downloaded a recipe, because I had to look in a book and go, oh, the saponification of coconut oil is this. Jojoba oil does that. Sea buckthorn does this. What is hyaluronic acid? You know, just things. I had to learn how to formulate a soap. So back in the day, I learned how to make a soap, and I made a soap for my grandmother with goat milk, of course. And then we got started doing a 4-H project where we had our goats, and the kids had to earn their badge for being in the community and doing sales. So they had to learn how to combine something together. And I said, let's make some gift baskets. So we got all together and we made all this soap, laid it all out, and we made 30 gift baskets, or I think, no, 30, no, it was 50 gift baskets I think we made. And put the soap and we had people donate stuff in the gift baskets. So we went around, we sold them all. Well, the next week I had 30 orders for soap. And my husband goes, you know, that's huge. And I'm like, why? And he goes, honey, the return on that is just crazy. You're not getting it. And back then I was dumb and blonde, and blonde. And just, I was like, I don't think so. And then another gal got a hold of my soap from another lady, and she goes, I'm having a wedding. Can you like put together a soap basket, but I need lotion, and I want a rose mold, like a rose that's like 1 inch by this. And I was like, I have no idea. So I called some people on eBay for making a rose mold for me so I could put it for this gift basket. Well, I called this lady and she goes, well, it's not Burger King. You can't have it your way. I'm like, oh, really? I go, but I'm smart enough to figure out how to do this silicone thing. So, okay. So I poured silicone over a rose that I formed with clay and then made the bar soap. So,
Nice.
So it's mold number 1904 on my website. It's the very first one. So you'll never forget that one. And so I made that gift basket, and then somebody got a hold of that, and it just bloomed from there. It was like everybody wanted some of that or something. And then Elton came home. I think it was a Howard Stern show that he listened to on the emu oil, and said that was something that you should put in your lotion. And I'm like, I don't know anything about emus or blah, blah, blah. So, so that's how all of my company got started. It's stemmed from my grandmother and my mother's passion for natural ingredients.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Very nice.
So,
very nice. Love that.
Yeah. My mother, we ate off the land. We ate literally from our backyard. If I was hungry, I just went to the salt shaker and ate a tomato and pulled up a carrot or, whatever for my afternoon snack. That's kind of crazy, but it was fabulous, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So that part of it, that's how that all got started. And then it just kept spiraling into something all the time. So it's just to where I am now.
Yeah.
But that's how I owe it all to my grandmother. Her name's Ruth Klesson, and my mother instilled in me. She was brilliant. She had a fabulous mind of knowledge of herbs and natural ingredients. So that kind of stemmed from me. But after I had my kids, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and I was like, I don't want this no more. I don't want it no more. It's not happening. And it was when my child came to me and said, Mama, I want a sandwich. And I was like, honey, okay. And I got up thinking, I am so sick. Why am I so sick? And so I did a lot of research and found out that what I'm eating, the preservatives, the red dyes, the yellow dyes, the crackers, that what they do to our flour here in America is crazy. Like you go to other countries, they don't allow it. The rules in Japan are what I follow because they're the highest you can have. The UK is right behind them. So I do that, and I do Japan, and I don't even test positive anymore for rheumatoid arthritis. So that's how.
So awesome.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. Yeah, like me, I can't even eat flour. Me and my oldest daughter, we're both celiac. So so can confirm that's the way our diet here and everything is here. But so one question I see this often, and the one question that I have that I just have to one acknowledge, but also ask was, these pores are probably the most beautiful looking pores. I love the way that you do this. It's different, but it just adds something that's very eye appealing when you open up the tubs and stuff like that. So bravo. But yeah, so people are asking, when did you come up with this concept to do this with your pores?
Okay, so being in business, there's always a time factor. And I was scooping it out, I'm pouring it in there, and you have to have, with soap is like a girl on her period. Like, honestly, it always comes out.
Yeah.
And you have, I'm serious.
I wouldn't know.
Because everything affects soap, like the humidity, the heat, the cold, everything affects it. So you have to know in your head, it's the heat of summer, I only have to heat it to this degree, and the oils are already solidified and blah, blah, blah. So when I was pouring these in here, I was like, this looks like a mess. Like, you pour it in there and you get it smooth, and I like things perfect, okay? So I think it came from prayer. Like, I just kept praying and going, Lord, like, I just don't like, because you have to take a towel and you got to wipe the edges and you got to keep going. And like it just looks crappy. Like, the time you get done, you've put so much energy into one batch and so much time. I was like, we got to find something else. And then I woke up, I think at 3 a.m. in the morning and go, oh, I used to teach Wilton cake decorating. So yeah, I put it in an icing bag. It depends if I do a half batch or a full batch. Full batch is 2 22-inch bags, and put it on a scale, and I pipe them in, and like, boom, I'm done. I was timing this today, actually, when I was doing your soap, and it was like 3 seconds, like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 altogether. And wow. It's so fast. It's clean. There's no cleanup. But not everybody can do this. Chris Collins said he has the hardest time trying to do that. He tried to do it, and I'd be honored if actually somebody would do it. I don't care if people copy me. It's quick. It's easy. It looks fabulous.
Looks fun.
But I'll tell you what. 15 years ago, they beat the heck out of me for that.
For this?
Like, honestly, yeah,
well,
they hated it.
I bet.
It was before my time, so
yeah, they
before
were
my
like,
much shaving time.
They were like, we don't want that, and I'm like, why not? What? And they're going, what are you, a cake decorator? I'm going, I actually am, but you know, I have a lot of facets that I do, and a lot of craziness. So just buckle up, right?
But I mean, like I said, it adds eye appeal. It's something different that we don't see in any other soap that I know of. Even your little samples are this way too.
Yeah, because
that's the same design. It's
quick and easy. I use a paper notebook acetate, and I go boom, 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 boom. I do 8 across and 5 this way, and I am done maybe 2 minutes with all my samples. And everybody goes, well, that's the hardest part of the samples. I do all that. I don't let there was my husband's son that came and helped me, and he actually learned how to pipe. That was fabulous. If I could get to that point now, that would be fabulous, not have to actually do it. But I am such a perfectionist. I do not let people mess with that until I'm 100% confident of that they can do it. And so that's what I'm looking and praying for right now, for another employee to do what I do.
Nice.
And if not, I'll just keep doing it till I'm 100, I guess.
We'll keep you in business, Monica.
I'm telling you, I love my job, so it's easy. I just have to get up, and I have a plan every day. I everybody's like, how do you get so much done? Well, 90% of your thought process is thinking about what you got to do. If you just actually wrote it down, what you got to do, and then go do it, you're done in 5 minutes.
It's true.
And so,
Yep.
and it's a concept I learned from my mother-in-law. She told me it's just all planning, and I miss her tremendously. Sorry, she just passed, so it's sorry, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
She
Well, that's
taught me a
that's
lot.
definitely the philosophy. Nothing to it but to do it. That's what I always
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
And you have to do it. You have to do it right, but you can also have a plan, to do things and get it done right,
Yeah.
and just try to stay on. Because I have a hard time staying on track, so I have to make a plan because I have so many ideas and things whirl out of this thing that just. Like, man, Elton's like, what are you doing again now? Like, the poor guy.
Yeah. You and Crystal definitely get on because she has planners among planners and digital planners. She is a planner for sure. So the amount of stickies and everything that throughout her home, it's just amazing.
I don't have stickies yet, but yeah, it could be.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, that's just the way that the brain works.
Right.
So everybody does it differently. Me, I'm a man of action. I'm like, oh, okay, let's go, do it, done.
Exactly.
Yeah, go ahead, J
Yeah.
Mac. What do you got, bud?
So with 300 and some counting soap scents, where do you draw inspiration for all of those scents?
Inspiration. Everything to me is an inspiration. Walking and talking and living and breathing. Like, it's just, for instance, Elton, I said, honey, you got to get this done. And he goes, I'm your huckleberry. And I'm like, what does that mean? And he said it again. I said, honey, I need you to blah, blah, blah. And he goes, I'm your huckleberry. And he just kept saying it over and over. Okay, that's a soap. It's a huckleberry. I got it. Let's make a huckleberry. And then I put a contest on Instagram and Facebook. Now, I never did Instagram till like 4 months. I actually had an account, which I didn't know I was using, but like 6 months ago, I started using it and having these contests for inspiration. And it is so exciting how the public comes together and they respond in their notes. And I go to my little lab over there to, I called it my blending station, and blend some of the notes. And it's pretty inspirational what the public comes up with. Like, it is something that I've been doing for, I think, about 5 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and people don't know that because the Instagram people are not Facebook people, and they're not my people that are on my newsletter. So like I send out newsletters, and I have 7,000 new people that they go out to. And some people respond by email because they won't, they're old. Like, I mean, we're getting older, right? Elton and I are almost in our 60s. So he is actually, he's 62. I'm 57, I think. But there's the older generation can't do all the Instagram and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. So they do an email, and I have that kind of way of the inspiration. But I think back in the day, like, everybody would say, can I have this scent? Can I have this scent? Can I have that scent? And I'm like, that's like a lot of scents. And Kevin just counted them for me today, all my fragrances. We went through every fragrance oil that I own in the lab, and we have, that's going to be updated. We eliminated close to 150 fragrances. We blended them together, things that were little samples, blah, blah, blah. And with that said, we have 688 fragrances. Yeah. So, and that's 25 years of experience, and somebody wants this, they want that, and I just, get it going. but the inspiration comes for, I would say 99% of you guys. Like somebody has a graduation, they go, we like this scent, and or it's something that I just, you know, think I need to, I see an artwork, and then, oh man, that would be great. And like I'm doing the 88 miles per hour. We're, yay! I just posted that on Instagram and Facebook. And so those notes will be inspirational to me, because I'll go in my lab and go, oh, that's fabulous. Or I'll go, oh, no, we're not doing that. And
you're like,
yeah. It sounded great on paper, but no,
yeah.
it's not
You're
good
like,
on paper.
Well,
No.
I mean, like, I know you did one with Carlos. Like, he wanted to be able to do the label, which this smells amazing.
Yeah.
You had the one with Tiki. That was really good. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's so exciting to see, you know, like being able to get like us degenerates into the mix.
Yeah.
So,
And those, I should have brought my notes, but when I blend something, sometimes there's only like, I don't know, maybe 10 notes in there. Sometimes I start from scratch, where you have to add the jojoba oil and you just do the different notes, essential oils, or, you know, anything that I'm using at that point or what I think. But there ends up being like the Achilles has 130 notes in it.
oh my gosh.
And the 420 too. The 420 has the most notes in it, because there is no way to duplicate that. Unless you go down to the smoke shop and get some weed, you can't duplicate that scent. I think I bought over 500 different notes that I thought would be a 420 note, and I kept smelling it and smelling this and smelling that and smelling this. And so, yeah, there's a lot of notes, and they are my best sellers, like Smoking Hot Pineapple, Achilles, all the gangster series, the Italian. I don't know if you guys got the Italian Barber, but they like, that one. Yeah, that one got me going, because everybody's like, what is your favorite barbershop? You know, and I'm a cosmetologist, I'm an esthetician, and I'm a barber. Okay. When I went to school, it was an ROP program. So it's not like Earl, when he went to school, to barber school, it's a little bit different. But I learned the fundamentals of, like, if you ever guys want me to do a live shave, I will shave my face with a straight. It's fine.
Straight razor. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, we got to get you on.
Yeah. I did it when Ernie died. I watched a thing where, you know, Yeti Snot, when he passed, we went up there and we talked a lot, and he's like, can you use a straight razor? I'm like, I'm a barber. And I really, when I worked in the Bay Area, Sheer Cuts was the barbershop that I worked in. But back in the day, they would not let a woman shave their face. It just doesn't happen.
Really?
No. So I think I only shaved, I could think on this hands how many times I shaved a man's face, because they won't let you shave. And in beauty school, the way we learned how to shave a face was you blow up the balloon as tight as you can, put shaving cream on it, and then shave the balloon.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
It was a mess. But I learned.
Hey, I know you could pull that off, bud.
with my eyes closed.
Yeah, with your eyes closed. I just learned on one of your videos that you're legally blind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought, so I wonder if I could do this. I thought about this today. I wonder if I could do this blind, like, because I've watched a lot of guys do this that are in my wheelhouse, shave their face with no sight. I'm like, oh my God. And they use a straight.
Can be done.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets done. It gets done. And if you know your blade and you know your, angle and all that stuff, it should be good. It should be good.
100%. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, even people that can see, if they were to think about it, majority of their shave is probably by feel, right? It's like, oh, that feels good. Oh, that doesn't feel good. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't swipe your ear off. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I got two parts. So one, what you just said, you do shave your face and stuff like that. So is your husband a wet shaver?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
He uses a Future. I used to sell the McCurs.
Okay.
He uses that only. Like, and it's really sad in our arsenal. Like, honestly, I own 3 razors, and I only use like 2 fragrances. Or if I'm testing a soap, I bring my mixing bowl and I'll put it on my face to make sure, if I know there are dangerous notes, which is cinnamon and whatnot. But Elton absolutely does wet shave, and his is El Jefe, which is a cucumber and cilantro note. So he loves that, so that's back there somewhere.
Ooh, Angelo's listening.
Huh?
Angelo's listening. He's coming more.
You gotta have cilantro.
Cilantro is your legal middle name, isn't
Pretty
it?
much.
Oh man, I love cilantro. It is one of, and basil. That is the most cleanest note. And I grow the basil out here for the bad basil. I don't know if you guys have that. That was Eugene's soap.
Oh
no,
nice.
You don't guys have it.
It's a whole other stack over there.
Yeah. The bad basil is mentholated, made by Eugene here, that has the real basil. I juice the basil and then I put it in the soap, because basil is super awesome for your face. Like, it is the good. Holy basil. I don't want to get all in the nerdy stuff, but yeah, it's really good for your face. And cilantro actually cleanses your system from the inside out. So it's good for on your skin and inside and out. And
great on
anytime
tacos.
Great on tacos.
Definitely great on street tacos.
And the irony of cilantro in a soap is palpable, because there's people that like us, like Angelo and that love cilantro, and we taste the cilantro and tastes like it's supposed to. And then there's people that have a gene where cilantro smells and tastes like soap. So the irony that it's in a soap, to me, is just I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's the Dalton effect, where your nose and your skin can only have 500 units of I don't know if you guys know the Dalton. It's how many units your that can pass through your skin. It's also passed through your nose.
Okay.
So some people cannot smell different notes because that molecule will not go through your nose. And Jonathan Dalton says you have to have 500 units to pass through your skin, and 300 to go through your nose. And some people, like, they can't, like, I have employees and I'm like, what is this? Like, oh, and I hate to say this, honey, I'm sorry. My husband thinks everything smells like chocolate chip cookie dough. Like, I'm like, honey, no. I'm like, no, it's not chocolate chip cookie dough. We're like a barbershop scent. And he's like, it's chocolate chip cookies. I'm like, no. Yeah.
So what advice would you have for a new wet shaver? That was my second part of my question. So somebody that's out there, like I said, we have a few people that I've, kind of recognize some names that are fresh in the game. They're part of the Canadian Mafia Discord, by the way, shameless plug there. But they, that are new in the game. I mean, like myself, Crystal and I our shave anniversary is this month for 2 years, but we're still learning. There's still a lot that we're learning. And so, yeah, what would be some advice for somebody getting into the game?
The number one advice I would say is take care of your skin from the inside as well as the outside. Your skin is the number one organ that you have, and everything that you put on your skin is going to come outside. And with that said, all the ingredients need to be natural. They don't need to be synthetic. So people pick up your bottles. This is my extreme cream, which is backwards. I didn't reverse it. Start picking up your bottles and reading what you have in your ingredients. Most of the vendors out there in the soaping community, and I don't want to boast or anything, but I am, that when I started, people used to beat me up. How come you have 32 ingredients in your shave soap? Well, because it's good for your skin. And I am all about skin first. Bottom line, okay? Fragrance is second, but most of the guys are fragrance first, and if it shaves slickness, if it has cushion, blah, 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 right? But what you need to have is a balance, and have, for a new wet shaver, oh man, that's a loaded question. That's a good one. You have to have, and you have to learn what's good for you. Okay, so like when you are shaving, smell is always something that you have to have. Like everybody opens that tub. Yeah, I love it, right? But second, you have to have something that has the slickness. It has to have all of those different ingredients that are going to make you satisfied by the end of the shave, or you're not going to want to shave. You're just not. And so having a company that, and most of the companies now have all of those ingredients, like 10, 15 years ago, they didn't have them. Like my shave soap 15 years ago had slippery elm. It had amino liquid silk, the cocoon butter, like the shea butter. When I started, I ordered it from Africa. Like seriously, you could not get it in America at all, period. So you have to have the ingredients that are healthy for your skin, and find a blade first of all, because like I'm helping some guys right now that are doing they have a lot of ingrown hairs right now, and they're really struggling. And one of the problems with new wet shavers is they get the ingrown hairs is because they're scraping their face and scraping their face and scraping their face.
Yeah.
Don't do that. If you when I went to school and when I was testing for the barber side, if you did not shave your face and have lather there and just swiped the razor, and if you did it again without soap, it's an automatic fail. There is no this buffing. Like there's no going over your face 1,000 times. No, it just doesn't happen. It's an automatic fail. So some guys can get away with that. They have tough skin. Some guys have a skin that is just a baby face, and you can just only do one swipe and maybe every other day because they don't have that. So you have to take everything in accountability of what you need. Stop following these people on Instagram and Facebook that, oh, this guy has this and it's fabulous and this. No, just buy some simple blades, buy a simple soap, and just keep trying something so where it works for you. And if you don't, you're not going to achieve a BBS shave. You're just not, because you know, and you have to have the slickness. And I think almost all the vendors have that nowadays. Like it's that's not even a question of, you know, the soap. Back in the day, it was kind of serious. When I started, I was like, wow, okay, that pH is like almost a 14. We could clean the floor with that. But yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely learning your skin and knowing your grain map. I mean, all those factors, and then you get into your technique. I was talking to somebody who was asking about, you know, about that. Like, well, where do you get this razor and that razor? And I'm like, start with a simple razor.
Yeah.
Learn your technique. Learn your grain map first. Get to know your skin. Because
Right.
to me, it's like a more up close and personal than just taking the cartridge and just zoom.
Right.
So
And blades, and like I like Astra green. And as I'm getting older, I really don't have to shave hardly anymore. Like my and being blonde, I don't have to shave hardly anymore. So it's not a big deal. But and Mexican and Spanish people, they actually really have sensitive skin. Like it's kind of they either have coarse or really fine. Same with the Italian. And I have a king in Kuwait that says I it's hilarious. He buys the baby balm from me and he buys the shave soap, and
Nice.
He's never been able to have a perfect shave, and it's because of my pre-shave oil, and it's so hot there that he uses my facial toner throughout the day because he just sweats so much, and because when he shaves he gets the irritation from it being so hot. I'm going, stop shaving. Like you've got to dig in, just do light, and then throughout the day wash your face, like honestly, because in hot humid areas that bacteria gets into your skin and it causes pimples and it causes bacteria. And so you can use a cleanser. If you don't use my herbal toner, you can use an alcohol wipe, which I don't like, but it's good to cleanse your face throughout the day if it's really hot.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, I understand Texas tough now. It's like 100 and it was 102 the other day, and I'm not used to that. And like I'm really hot in the store because our internet decided to quit working right before we got live. So I was running back and forth, honey, fix this, do this, do this. And so, yeah, I was kind of really sweating. So, just cleansing your face and trying to just find out what works for you and stop following what everybody else does. Because it's all a personal thing.
Learn what works
bottom
for
line,
you.
right?
And hydrate. That's
Right.
I always preach that. Stay hydrated. Yes. Go ahead, J Mac. What do you got, bud? Hydrate.
Well, out of if you're gonna go in for a shave, what's one of your favorite products to use? Which one of your favorite scents? I guess we'll go with.
Okay, I am the tobacco queen.
Ah, there we go. Nice.
And
Nice.
the whiskey
Tobacco.
queen. The whiskey. Okay, so
Language. Speaking my language. Legal middle names.
one of the first soaps that somebody asked me to do was from Australia, and it was the Achilles. And that's where all of the soap of the gods came from. I thought I was only going to make like 12 soaps. Like I was just going to make all the soap of the gods, right? And so the Achilles, like I said, has 130 notes in it. And it is very aromatic. It has dirt notes. It has tobacco notes. And I love tobacco. I was going to have Kevin count them. I think I have close to 27 of them. So
Jeez.
I love tobacco and I love teas. Like right now, and you're probably going to jump into this, the number one seller is the black tea and amber right now.
Okay. Nice.
I think because the guy did another review on the cologne scent, but the Achilles, when I went through my website, the Achilles is my favorite scent. It hits all of my notes. It's soothing. It's herbal. It's has a little bit of the Kentucky bourbon. I put this drizzle on it because when you blend the tobacco and the Kentucky bourbon, it's not good. Like I mean, it's good, but it's not separate. And I do this with the Cafe Vetiver also. I pipe it in differently. So I have the coffee and the vetiver differently in the tub. But with the Achilles, I put a drizzle on it so that it's yeah. Oh, I like what everybody's saying. It's so fun. Right? So the Achilles is just, I'm so proud of it. It was one of the first things that I made and had fun with. And I thought, man, this is really fun. Like, there's so many notes, there's so many stuff. So yeah, that's I love tobaccos. I love the warmer notes, the teas, and jasmine.
Nice.
Hands down, jasmine. And I never knew this when I went the last few years, when I had to redo my father's house to sell. We had to, there's this board holding up this plant, and I realized, oh my God, that's a jasmine plant. Like I was just, I never knew that growing up, that's why I like jasmine so much, is because my father had it, like it was a huge monstrosity that broke all the wooden things, and we fixed it, and I was like, yeah, that's why I like jasmine. So, but I like all the fragrance notes. Like I don't think there's, I mean, I even like the gasoline. I like the Red Dawn was one that we made. It's the gasoline, like somebody's in the forest taking a chainsaw and literally just going at it. And it's one of my favorites too. That has a lot of, yeah, it's a good, it has the pine notes and the gasoline and the motor notes and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a good one.
Nice. All right, so I'm going to check the question box here.
Yep.
People are itching, so let's go. Okay. Question 1. Carlos, Shave on Gents. Know him and love him. I heard you are revamping your website. When will it be up and running?
Hopefully about 3 or 4 weeks. I had to get to a different, instead of 7.92 to an 8.5 platform. And being in business so long, you have to learn, and you learn by, your website just broke, what do I do? Blah, 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 blah. So like, yeah, so I had to redo my website, and I forked the money over for that, because you have to keep up with the rules and the regulations and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of changes here. Throughout the years, I've had many changes, but I think this is the best one so far. I moved to Texas to retire. I built a 70 by 80 foot building that we're in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we're not little. I do have the bay that someday will accommodate our boat, and Elton put what kind of boat we're going to have there. There's instructionally, so when I left North Carolina, my gal, Veronica, has been working for me, I think, 4 years. And every employee that I've had has worked a very long time for me. I handed all of my silicone molds to her. So she takes care of that, and now I can focus on Van Yulay. So there's a lot of new structure. I love this part of it. I love inventing new stuff. I like having fun with this. And man, I'm 60 years old. I should be having fun. I shouldn't be just, grinding everything.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So there's the website's going to be a new look. It's going to be more mobile friendly. But we actually found out that we have 63% computer people. So I do the Google Analytics, so I always know when you guys are on or what you're doing, and trying to get more into being involved with you guys, because that silicone side was like really stressing me out. Like it just, when you get to a point where you get so big, you can't take your time and spend so much time with everything, right? You have to focus on a few things and keep going. But yeah, it's a lot of revamping in the store. Like we're still unpacking from 18 months ago. Like I know.
Well, yeah,
Right?
I can imagine with all those fragrances and that many soaps, yeah, there'd be a few things to unpack for sure.
Yeah, that was
I can imagine.
the first thing.
So it's Kristen89 said, Monica, would you like to join us next Thursday for a live shave? Ooh,
Sure.
there you go. Contact. Yeah.
Just
Contact.
contact me. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, reach out.
It's all good.
Sully just wanted to say hi to J Mac, Angelo, and Monica. Hi, Sully.
Sully.
Hi, Sully.
One of the Shave Migos.
Little Connecticut boy.
Right. Stacks. Hashtag get Stacks to the shop. Also, fellow Texan. Okay, Kim Gray. So I got
Kim.
Same.
Oh, same.
Adore Kim. I love her to pieces. I'm gonna swear if I ever see her in person, I'm gonna squeeze the heck out of that woman. Just
yes.
Okay, question 1. Why do you use plastic bottles for splash?
Well, originally that was for the UK and Japan, so that it's lighter to ship and it didn't break when we went. But I actually have the flask. I actually have the new glass flasks that you can buy on the website, and the metal flasks.
That is sweet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was, and this is what I'm giving away. So if you want to do this right now, we can do this. I'm giving this away tonight.
Ooh.
This is the Whiskey Reserve.
J-Mac's jumping out now.
Yeah. All right. So it's been fun. See you later. I'll be in comments.
Let me get through the questions, and we'll do the giveaway for sure.
Yeah.
That does look sick. Oh my god.
It does.
Because when I shipped to Japan the first time, they go, we can't do glass because it breaks, and I'm terrified of somebody saying they got their package. So far, I think I introduced this like 3 months ago. I have the regular, I didn't grab one. The regular 4-ounce round glass splash, and I have the flask, and I have the metal flask. I try to accommodate when everybody needs it, but back in the day, it just was like, I mean, they play football with our packages.
Okay.
Like it's always like today I had a package that was empty. Like, why is it empty? And they literally tore the box apart to get. So I don't. And somebody says, well, your packages smell so awesome. They're just empty when they come.
Yeah. Yeah, they smell great. Yeah.
They smell good.
I mean, we all love shave mail. Every one of us loves shave mail, but it's very bad when you get the shave mail and you can smell it when you're holding the box. Like, oh no, something terrible happened.
That's what the guy said. He goes, I can smell the box, but there's nothing in it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh crap.
The next question: Kim? Why must I pluck off the soap star blobs first? I love it.
That's it. Use it at your discretion.
You said it's just so pretty. Can you? And she asked, can you show us some of your brush handles?
Yes. Okay, so do you want to see yours, Angelo?
Oh.
I better put glasses on for this.
Oh man.
Where did I put it?
Yeah. Get closer.
Yeah.
Right? So life got in the way, like it always does. my site crashed. And so I was supposed to, before this live, get your soap and your wife's soap, because you guys work so hard at this, like, honestly. So I made you a brush handle and a soap. So this is yours.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
Oh my lordies. Wow. Oh my gosh.
And it has the Van, let's see,
That
Van
is
Yulay.
elegant. Oh man. That's going on my neck.
So it has, this was originally, I thought that your wife liked the eggplant, but this has a lot more greens and whatever. And it has the Hercules knot, which is half synthetic and whatnot. And your wife is going to have to choose which one she wants. I have a couple that have red in them. And where did that one go? Okay, so there's this one.
Oh wow. Wow. That is beautiful.
And I am so picky when I turn a handle. It has to be a gloss finish. Like, there cannot be one little thing happening. Hey, girl. Mwah. And we're dangerous when we get together. I'm just saying. It's going to be bad. Or you can have this one.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
They're gorgeous. Move over. I can't see.
What?
Nice.
Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
Angelo, get
I
it away.
Stays
Yeah,
right.
and I know red is your thing. I also have this one.
Do you mind?
Sorry, I'm sticking to my.
Oh, well. Oh my gosh. They're
There's a
beautiful.
good angle. Yeah. I love turning handles. Like, it is my life. Like, I have this one doesn't have the coin in yet, but I have
I'll just take them off. No.
I have hundreds of handles. So you and I will get together. Like this one is a fish.
How cute. Oh my gosh.
I know. And it has a little bit of, I got to clean this one up, but that one's kind of crazy. And are you guys ready for this? Okay. These are my Halloween ones that when my father died, I died. That's where the broken roses came in. And I made this handle. Okay.
Oh,
Whoa.
oh, shit. Wow.
J-Mac.
Oh, snap. Look at that.
Okay. It was me dying, and these are real worms. I created this part with clay, and I did this part with little hands and whatever. And of course, I don't have the coin set. I hate setting the coins for whatever. And you can have any knot that you, this is a 24, but you can have this in anything you want. My other Halloween is this guy. He is my, I'm grumpy.
Huh.
Yeah,
No way.
I have way too much fun with what I do. So this one is an actual mold that I made. I made this, and then I attached the bottom, and then turned it. And so it's kind of different. It's like, and I got this one for you, that I almost turned, but there's not enough. There's a hole in here. You can't see it. It's see-through. Let me see if I can find that. Right here. So
Oh,
it's gonna be a beautiful handle when I get done with it. But, and I would love, I'm gonna send this to Gardner and Bobby Moffett. I pour these in a pill bottle.
Yeah.
The illuminite, right? And I have a plug that is either 24, 26, 28, 32, whatever I'm doing. and it's at the bottom. It's a silicone plug that sits there, and it when I fill it, it already has the hole made in it, because I don't like drilling the holes. So it's already got the hole in it no matter what I do. So it's a step that you don't have to do. But I probably have 200 of these that I haven't turned yet.
Holy.
Wow.
Yeah, I have. I literally, this part of it I love. This is a flashlight one that I put in here.
It looks like scales.
Yeah, it's so cool. I have way too much fun. This is my Italian one.
Oh, so fun.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
I made a whole bunch of these for Italy and sent them. I don't know how long ago.
Do you have any for Canada?
I don't.
So gorgeous.
Red and what is Canada colors?
Red and
Green
white.
and yellow.
Red and white.
What?
Red and white.
So I was thinking maybe this would be yours, Crystal. I don't know. We'll just spend a day and go through all my handles. I have close to 200 handles that I haven't got listed yet.
Damn. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
So there's, but I don't want to be known for my handles. That's when I'm venting and I had a crap day and I just gotta go carve something, just gotta get it done. So with that said, I mean, I even have these guys, which is a handle.
Oh.
Which I'm gonna start making. I'm just gonna start turning handles. This is kind of large. I think this would be for more of a woman than a man. And
you know what? I do have to say one thing. There was a couple that Crystal used to follow, because she does crochet.
Yeah,
and they
so do
would
I.
churn and make crochet hooks.
Yeah.
Like that. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
saying. Christmas
And-
is coming.
So, yeah, right. And so with that said, I make the resin bowls, of course, that I'm known for. This is the 5-inch bowl that you can hold in your hand. It has a honeycomb pattern. And
Wow.
you can basically get it in any color that you want. It's the facets to my business are crazy. Like, honestly, I do so much that people get overwhelmed. They say I'm too intense. Well, just live life and you can get it done. One of these went out today. It's my topper hat.
Oh, I saw that. You posted that earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's one that I made for a group, and then they didn't like it. I don't know why they didn't like it, but they just didn't want it. And so I sell those every once in a while. And then I have my 6.5-inch bowl. That's this guy. And I'm doing a clear. It's not aluminite. It's a different animal. I do my seashells like that. So this is my big bowl.
Wow.
This is for women or men that want to, like,
Ken size.
they have that lather going all over the place.
Vintage.
You should get
Head shaver size.
Yeah, you could almost take a bath in that, Angelo.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
this is the other side of my business where I make the silicone molds. This is a pizza mold, like little mushrooms. And I made this for somebody that wants to win tonight. This is actually a shave soap.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
because in one of the groups they were like, what is your best pizza? Do you like salami and pepperoni and olives? And so all of these little embeds are what I do. I make silicone molds that make for resin makers, for soap makers, for chefs. I have chefs all over the world that ask me to make like a morel mushroom or whatever.
Cool.
I make that. And the new controversy is it's kind of like you guys with the ice cream. Is it pineapple and ham? Or is it a regular pizza?
I'm Canadian. That was invented here, so you're speaking my language. So,
There you go.
there's two types of people out there. There's the ones that like pineapple on pizza, and there's the ones that are wrong.
Right.
So, just
Kim
saying.
Gray also asked, do you keep large amounts of soap on hand or made to order more?
We make every Friday 8 buckets of soap. It's close to 8,000 grams of soap 3 times, so 24,000 grams of soap every day, every Friday. So there's and Elton used to make all that soap every Friday, and then I make them here, and then I do the ones that people ask me to make. So I have a special batch where I can do one at a time, or I make these guys that sit on the shelf, and they are usually, it depends on whether, because I have the samples, like you have, I can reach this. Come on. Don't fall
Everybody's so
off.
triggered over the pineapple now. It's hilarious.
Everybody's talking about pineapple. Only pineapple that exists is in Aventus.
Right? Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. Elton loves the sweet meat. He's a German, and I'm like, no. But anyway, so we have samples that you can order for $2.99, or you can buy the shave soap, and then I have the mini minis. If this stock is low, then I have to batch it. And usually every day I do my pick orders, and then I see what I need. And sometimes it's like 4 or 5 soaps, and then sometimes it's nothing. So you just don't ever know what you're doing for that day. But I plan my day to make half a batch, which is usually 7 soaps. A full batch is 15 soaps and samples. I always make samples. I always give samples. Samples.
Yeah,
Like
that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Definitely the way to do it.
I wish I knew about samples when we first got, because I mean everything was blind buy until we, discovered this beautiful place here. So
Yeah, now, no such thing as a blind buy now.
yeah. So
Now it's just
Well,
full on.
you know-
Now it's just full on enabling. So went the other extreme. Went from blind buys. Now it's like, oh man, just walk in the store. It's like, here's your credit card. Just take it all.
Well, and a lot of companies don't do samples. Like I don't get it. Like I'm like, have you never been to Costco where you go eat Saturday morning? Like you can have samples all day long. They sell. Like I have one guy that doesn't do the Facebook groups or the anything, and he buys like I think, I swear to God, he's like putting him in his bathtub, because I don't know what he's doing with this. He buys 30 splashes at a whack. Like it's just splash. And I go, what are you doing with this? He goes, I had to add on to my house because of you.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Don't forget to check Monica's website. Often sales are posted by Kim Gray. Tiki, Monica, you don't have family in Michigan, do you? Or do you have anybody?
No, I've actually been to Michigan. I used to have 3 vendors up there. So I used to fly up there a few times a year to promote my stuff and sell on the side of the road with them. That was eons ago. It's a whole different world, but no. Most of my family is from Ohio and Denver, and Elton's is from Nebraska.
Well, you're always welcome here, sister.
That's right.
Right. Let me see here.
bust it out. It's going to be bad. Because I think her and I are going to get along really well.
Ian asked,
and I want Carlos to be there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, yes. Yes, Carlos.
He anchored
Oh, my God.
me for this interview, you know, because I don't do interviews very often, and I haven't because my life has just been interrupted. Like, it's just been the last 6 years, when my father passed and Elton's father's passed and his mother's passed, and moving to Texas. Like, I think that was the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life.
Oh.
Like, you know, I'm 57 years old, building walls physically. And my house back home, I had to physically, nobody would touch the bathroom because I made it so elaborate that I had to literally tile the walls myself.
Oh, man.
And I love that part of, I do a lot of construction. So about me, I do crafts. I do, like, the sky's the limit. If there's something I don't know how to do, I'll learn how to do. And people are always like, how do you know how to do that? I don't. There's this thing called Google.
That's right.
That's right.
YouTube. Find it. Now, Sully asked, any collabs with any other artisans coming? And that's also leads into our next question. What do you have anything coming up that we could possibly get a hint of or know about that's coming up for the 2023 remainder?
I do have, I have a lot. I'm always doing new shave soaps, new scents. If anybody follows me, their head whirls. Because they're like, why didn't you, like, I did a Vinny for another guy, and then the guy is like, why didn't you, like, promote that? Well, I'm working on that. I'm trying to get somebody that can sit at a desk and do it, because my time is making this stuff and inventing it, and so there's a lot of new changes. But yeah, there is so much coming up. I have, like, this little cannoli that I'm going to be making. It's the shell so far, and then it'll have the cannoli part with the little pistachios and stuff. And it was supposed to be for the gangster series, but I've just decided to do something else with that. But I'm going to have a little book set that is the old time lifesavers, you know, where you open it up and you got
The old
lifesaver.
lifesaver.
So this is going to be, it's going to be for Christmas, and it's going to have, hey buddy, we're going to have hopefully a different ones involved. We're going to have, like, for Christmas, and maybe, you know, because, like, lifesavers was always a special deal. We'll have one roll, and I bought all of these. That's Elton. Hey, come say hi.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Hi.
Stand behind me, honey. So I bought these molds, so we can do different flavors in them. So we'll probably do, like, a Christmas one. Maybe do, you know, because Lifesavers has been actually a long time going. I have the Cowboy series. I have, and I'm also thinking and toying with the Gangster series, to have another gangster that fights with the other gangster. So I'm thinking maybe we'll have that. I just came out with the Forbidden Fruit, which is an apple and sandalwood spice mahogany type scent that Eugene won. He picked the notes on those. And the 88 miles per hour. It's going to be a whole series on those, and I'm hoping your daughter gets involved, Angelo.
Yes. Obsessed.
Yeah, if you follow me, there's always, and maybe next week can be. Okay, go sit down. Do you want me to move that?
No.
Okay.
Hey everybody, I'll catch you later.
Sounds good.
So cool.
So thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, I had to pop in and say hello.
Pop in. Yeah, he is real.
Van Yulay rocks! My bills. Thank you very
Pays
much.
my bills. Yeah. Yeah. So I have a new serum coming up. It's ISO, which is the god of medicinal things. It's going to be a new serum. And I actually have on the skincare side that another guy was having me do, and then he just fell short. But it's going to be a men's line. So there's going to be the lotion for them, because I mean I have my lotions. I have everything from butt cream to night cream. So like your baby needs it. I have extreme cream, which is for anybody that and I guess this is backwards. It's extreme cream for I made this for my father, that he has, because of his medications, his stuff got really dry and cracked. I have skin's relief, and all of my ingredients have herbs and amino acids and stuff that actually penetrate the skin. And the emu oil is transmittable within 30 seconds. Okay.
Oh.
So if you don't know that, all the other cosmetics, they use chemicals. They use dithymicone, they use propylene glycol. Oh my gosh. So you could go out to your radiator and screw off the cap and put the antifreeze on your face, and that's propylene glycol.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
So start reading, and I challenge everybody to start reading the back of your labels. Okay. So like sodium hydroxide is lye that I make the soap with. You don't want to be applying that every day on your skin. But sodium bicarbonate is just baking soda.
Yeah.
So know your ingredients and what you're putting on your skin, because your body, your skin is the largest organ that you have. And if you do not treat it well, it's not going to treat you back. Like honestly, you absorb 60% of what you're putting on your skin commercially or with my products or whatever, and you really need to pay attention to that. And I'm geared for that.
Do you have stuff? Somebody asked, Millennial Shaver asked the thing for people, and we see this, sometimes too, with people in the wet shaving community, eczema, or when they have like rosacea, things like that. We see that a lot.
Oh, I didn't put it up here. It's called Crystal Clear.
Oh, nice.
It is for, and actually that was one of the first products I ever made. Yeah, 24 years ago. I made it for a lady that was working at a dentist's office, and she actually got bedridden. And we went back and forth. She was in Walla Walla, and I drove back and forth, and I did, because I'm a, nut, just kept trying to find all the different ingredients that would help with psoriasis and eczema. And because the emu oil, we're going to get back to the Dalton thing, you have to have under 500 units to soak into your skin. And emu oil is one of those things. It is the only oil out there that penetrates within 30 seconds. So I can do commercially what people do with chemicals. I can soak in within 30 seconds. So if I add a botanical or amino acid or a collagen, well, actually collagen, that's a loaded question. That one's above the 500, but the amino acids are broke down and hydrolyzed. And I know I get real technical, but you can just stop me at any time. It goes into the skin so fast with my Crystal Clear that it does. I have the lady that I formulated this for went from being bedridden to actually working in a dentist office. So
wow.
that is, and I have so many people that always say, wow, this stuff just feels so good on my skin, and it rinses clean. And with my shave soap, it's a little bit different because people are like, it rinses clean, and they're used to the residual slickness. Well, like with my pre-shave oil, and I don't want to get into that because that's a loaded question with you guys. But it is formulated to rinse clean, and so your razor and your brush do not get clogged.
Nice.
I formulated it that way. I didn't make it. You never want to just put coconut in a pre-shave oil, because the Daltons, you can't get that into your skin, and just staying on top of your skin, it'll clog the razor. Blah blah blah. But yeah. Crystal clear. I have I have my Sela. This formula has not been changed in 24 years.
Wow.
Hyaluronic acid. Have you heard that recently?
Yep.
I've been using this for 24 years. So my education way precedes anybody that's out there. Like it's just not even comparable to what's out there. Back in the day, I had to order my shea butter from Africa because it just didn't happen.
Couldn't get it. So how long have you been using emu oil?
From day one.
Okay. So anybody asked that. So that was one of the ingredients, along with like the.
We used to, when to watch the show on the emu oil with the lotion. It was just a God thing. We went right over 30 miles away. A guy was giving up his business of the emus, and we brought 80 emus back to our house on 10 acres.
Wow.
Wow. Let's go, boys.
That was a rodeo. That was something. It was a learning curve, because like you have to stand up high and just literally, like those guys will, like Elton had big old marks on his gut from being, they kick forward. Yeah, so you have to be aggressive and make yourself taller. And
Well, there goes that idea for me. There you go. You won't see me on an emu farm, I tell you that.
I won't have him. We might have him here, but I'm not going to ever, you want to learn how to butcher an emu or a pig or a cow or whatever, I can help you do that.
Nice.
Because we honestly lived off the land in Washington, and the changes that we've had, finally, I am settled in my homestead. Like I am never moving from here.
Nice.
So that's why I'm breaking out of my skin. I finally have time for you guys. I have time to educate you, to hopefully inspire you to use something that is skin friendly. And why I use them. Like I always, I have one guy that tried another soap and he got 3-degree burns on his face 2 months ago. And I overnighted him stuff, because the emu oil, with being transmittal, it also helps with pain, and it also helps with burns. Like it's the only thing that the FDA allows in burn centers. Okay. So emu oil is my number one, and I've taught many people how to make soaps, and I always ask them, please don't use the emu oil, because that's what I'm known for, but that's what they're using now, so that's good.
Nice.
It's all good.
Nice.
Speaking of getting stuff, let's give away this set.
Just gonna say, let's get some stuff.
We have 49, 51. 3 just jumped right in. That's so funny. It's
like giveaway. Everybody's like, oh,
whoa, there we go. Oh, 51. So Monica, choose a number 1 to 50. Well, now 1 to 51.
My favorite number is 22.
Right. There you go.
Right.
Put in some work, Angelo.
So while I'm doing this, go ahead, J-Mac. You got a question?
Where do you see the future of wet shaving going?
It's always evolving. It's in the cycle now where all these new people came in because of COVID.
Yeah.
Wet shaving, I hope, gets to a level of where everybody has it in their home. I saw, and it kind of cycles like every 5 years. Like I see all these vendors come up, and they're always, I'm going to make $1 million, and no, I work for pennies, and I really see it going farther with the new vendors. They're actually using ingredients that are good. It's slick. The fragrance are appealing to you guys. I really see it going far this time. like back in the old days, like my grandfather said, this is the best soap you've ever had. Because when I started barber school, I remember saying, Grandpa, tell me about barber, and he's like, well, it's an old thing. You don't want to know. And I was like, I do. And so didn't even know it back then when I was like, because I had my license before I was 18. It was an ROP program. So I really see this going farther. I've watched all the years. Like you see all these people cycle in and cycle out and they don't make it. But you see all these vendors like Peter, he's really sticking with it. Like when I helped him, help him with the soap and, mind you, he did all the work to get where he's at. Like I can't take credit for that, but I encouraged him to go there. And yeah, I think it's going to go far. I think there's going to be a wet shaving commercial on you actually kind of see it, and I would really like to see women get into this. Okay. Yeah. And yes. I want to encourage, I have a liquid. Okay. So I'm going to give you the women's side for 1 second. Women don't have time for this crap. They've got to go get the kids ready. They're picking up the kids. They're doing the dishes. They're doing all this crap. So I have a cream format that goes into, and they can just pump it out and shave their legs and be done. So that's my 2 seconds. And I hope that women get into it because it is a better shave than everything that's out there. It really is.
100%.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, even there's so like you said, speed is could always be a factor, but I mean there's, like you said, there's stuff that you got there. There's options besides canned goop.
So, right, and a lot of women just take the bar soap and shave with it in their shower. They don't ever even use goo. They just use the bar soap.
It's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, unless you're using Van Yulay soap.
True.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I make bar soap too. So, but yeah, it's women have a really hard time shaving, but they don't really know how to get there from here. And because you guys are so excited about it, they're kind of hesitant to get into it. Like I've really had to encourage other women that their husband does a wet shaving, and I tried to approach them, and I tried to start a wet shaving group. I don't know how, and everybody's like, we're not posting pictures. We're lucky if we get sandwiches on the table. And I'm like, yeah, I get it.
So Rob B. So Rob BRU71. He's the winner.
Yay.
Rob?
Yeah. Yes.
For the whiskey one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I also I actually have any resin bowl, a 5-inch bowl is another giveaway.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Let's do number. How many numbers do you have?
We are at 53.
I want 53.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay. Here we go. Yeah. Easy all the way to the bottom. So on my list here, that would be Senor Lee Nunez 007.
Nice. Congrats, Lee.
Right, Lee.
Okay. I have also another one. This is a silicone bowl.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. This is, my husband puts his shave soap in here. I made it for him. And he floats it in hot water while he showers.
Nice.
And you can travel with it. You can destroy it. You can throw it against the wall, and it's never going to. And same with my resin bowls. They won't break. I've not had one break. But, yeah, you guys can. This bowl is up. Yeah. I probably make only one a month on this one. But, yeah. So they can have this bowl also. Number 37.
That will be good for young, because like I said, we're all wet shavers at my house. So I got a 12-year-old, a 17-year-old, That would be a good option for young wet shavers too, or travelers, but definitely, yeah.
Yeah, my husband likes the aspect of that it floats in water and it just keeps the lather hot.
Nice.
You know,
Yeah.
so he so number 37. Let's give this one away.
Okie dokie. So one question, I know we always ask, so this is kind of a big one, because I'm going to be counting for a minute. If you had to do something different from the start, what would it have been? If there was one thing.
Nothing.
Nice.
There you
I love that.
go.
Because I thought on this because I watched your guys' lives the last few days, and I thought there is things I would have changed, but if I changed it, I wouldn't have grown who I am.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
would have been something different. So no, I learned from my mistakes. I learned from people. I don't think I'd change anything differently at all. Like I am who I am, and I always look to God for my inspiration, and if I'm supposed to be doing this or if I'm not supposed to be doing that. And so, and everybody is always like, well, how do you have God in a business? Well, because I can. And if you don't like it, I'm so sorry. And I don't want to offend anybody at this point, but I've learned from many, many mistakes, like, you know, people and what I'm supposed to be doing. So no, I wouldn't change a thing. I learned as I grow, and I'm growing as I am. And I hope to be doing this to 100 years old. Like
Nice.
I'm not changing a thing.
That's what I'm saying. Wait, right on, sister. Right on.
Way to do it for sure.
All right.
No
Rob,
regret.
yes. So we will contact you, get you connected with Monica for your winnings. But yeah, reach out to me. So Angelo.Amador Jr., but I'm going to send all the winners to Monica as well. So Sepherton Shaves, you have the silicone bowl, my friend.
Congrats, Sepherton.
Yes.
And I have one more. I have the Black Cavendish and my new flask bottle.
Ooh. Okay.
And J Mac, you picked that one.
All right, well, Angelo, we're connected here. I think you know my number.
What's your number?
Go ahead.
Angelo knows. What's my number, Angelo?
23.
20?
That's Jason's number.
I thought we were connected. What's my number? What's my number?
Well, I know mine's 14. So
see, 14. There you go. It's your second guess.
Yeah. Yes.
We'll have to work on that. We got to fix the telepathy there.
14.
That's right. 14. That's my number. There's a whole backstory to that number. I tell you that much. And that was the Cavendish set.
Yeah, Black Cavendish.
Black Cavendish.
I was going to give the black tea and amber, but we ran out of it.
Oh, that is amazing scent right there.
You have the black tea and amber?
They have
Cavendish.
it here. They have the black tea and amber here. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, he was probably huffing it before the show.
Indeed. Trying to count.
Yeah,
Do
I was going to show you the sheet of what I do. When I make a fragrance oil, I spend hours and hours and hours just looking and thinking about what that is. Like it's I do a lot of research, and I do a lot of different things to see where that scent needs to go. So yeah, and I always think it needs to be this direction and it goes somewhere else. It just depends on what I'm doing. But the fragrance oils sometimes get up there. Like it's like too many. So that's why they say my fragrances morph. When you lather it,
Yeah.
they're like it morphs. And so yeah, it does morph a little bit when you add, because water is a different extractant. So it gets in your nose a little bit different when you actually whip it up
Yeah.
from the puck.
Cahoon 17 76, Brian C.
Congrats, Brian.
Congratulations, Brian. All right. I'm loving this. Right. That was awesome. That's what I'm talking about. So check the question box real quick. Art Shaves asks, what do you think about grapeseed oil in a pre-shave?
Yeah, it's in the grapes. It's in my pre-shave. The oils that I have in there are jojoba and HTC. There's a lot of light oils in the pre-shave.
Nice.
Yeah, you want to have an oil for a pre-shave, and the pre-shave is a whole different thing. A lot of people like to use a soap to soften their whiskers and stuff. You actually want a pre-shave is designed to protect you between your soap and your skin. You really don't want to aggravate your skin by using a soap that's higher than your pH. Your pH is 6.5. So you don't want to actually touch a soap to your face. You want to protect it. So like if you're using a soap to use as a pre-shave, that's defining the whole thing. You want to protect your face. Like I've tested, I don't know, my soap's about an 8.2. I've tested I don't know how many soaps, and they're almost to a 14, which is almost a bleach. You don't want to be using a soap like that. And it's fragrance oils are very, very dangerous. Like the molecules are so small that they can get into your skin and they can irritate you. So you want to protect your face against your soap. And I guarantee you, anybody that buys my pre-shave oil will not be disappointed, because it rinses clean and it protects you against any soap out there. So it's different. Everybody's like, I hate a pre-shave oil. Well, yeah, if you're using coconut oil where it's staying on there and it's gunking up your brush and it's gunking up your razor, you're not going to like it. It's just how it is. And I formulate everything because the way I learned, to formulate it for you guys, not for, it's to protect you. It's to keep your skin the same. And our motto is, to leave your skin from the first, to make sure that we're leaving your skin the same and better than when we left it. So like you really want to have your skin better when you use a product. If you're using a product and you're like, oh man, that's drying, or it's leaving my face greasy, a shave soap and a pre-shave oil and a splash should never ever leave your face any of those. It should be clean, it should feel refreshed, and you should be able to touch your skin without it being gunky. Like you can't, and I'm overly hot because I'm in 105 degrees here. But yeah, you really have to have a perfect, and if I can say anything, do not use different products with different, I see this all the time. They use a splash from this company and they use a lotion that they got for their foundation, and they got companies use a synergy of how an ingredient is used. Okay, so like if you use mine that emu oil penetrates within 30 seconds and you use something out there cosmetically, so say you use just a foundation of like a balm, and then you decide to put a splash of mine over it, we're sealing in chemicals into your face now, because my emu oil is going to penetrate that as fast as it can into your skin. So you don't want to be using other brands. Just use the same company because they formulated it to the way it's supposed to be used.
That's good point.
Yeah, I had a lady that used, what was that acne stuff way back when?
Eczema?
No, it was an acne stuff that you put on the face.
Proactive?
And it actually, yeah, Proactive.
Proactive, yeah.
And they used that and then used my Clarity on top of it. I go, why are you doing that? And they were going, it like brought out all the zits immediately.
Ow.
And I'm like, that's interesting. So there's been a learning curve of me learning. This is why I'm saying I wouldn't change anything, because I learned that you do not cross blend stuff. You don't use somebody else's aftershave with somebody else's balm. You don't, because they made it to work together and they have a reason for it. If especially with my stuff being all natural, and the emu oil, what it does, it actually, you know, is transmittal. And I use all the ingredients that, like I said, the Dalton, within 500 units, it penetrates down to the deep layer. It even can go into the fat tissue. So you want to be very, very careful of what you do out there, because
Definitely do your research. Yeah.
yeah, I'm a
Can't
nerd. That's what I keep saying. I'm just a nerd past max, and anybody that wants to get a hold of me and they're having an issue, I'm more than welcome to answer it if I have time.
That's
But
right.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of time, we better cut you loose. I know we get these guys out of here too. They're all but this has been amazing, Monica. Oh my gosh. I
Really?
I could spend hours with you. I'm serious. I know we all could. But no, you're just yes, an
I
encyclopedia
actually love
of
this.
wealth of
You know,
knowledge.
and I'm trying to come out of my skin. I'm trying to get in front of the camera and try
Yeah.
to hopefully get to know you guys more, because that's was lost with my life being so full. Now it's not so full, and we're getting our house in order. I can't wait to see what comes next.
Oh,
Excellent.
we'll keep you busy. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And the contest, so always look on Facebook and Instagram. I'm doing that more, and put your notes in to what you want, like, because it's kind of fun. The guys get a kick out of it. And like the men's skincare, I'm coming out with that. I'm coming out with, I always come out with new stuff, and everybody always beats me up for this, for not announcing what I just released.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it
I
wasn't.
mean, we all live here. Majority of, if all of us, you know, I mean, we live here on Instagram. We're and then there's the Discord as well. It's a phenomenal place to be. I can't speak enough good about the Canadian Mafia Discord for sure. Any of the Discords that are out there, but yes. But yeah, we greatly appreciate you coming on and spending the time with us and answering the questions and the things like that, and putting the face to the product. J-Mac, my brother, see you
Always
tomorrow
fun.
morning.
Yeah, man. Bright and early. I have to set an alarm. Actually, good thing you reminded me to set an alarm for that to make sure I'm up. You know, I'm
That's
lazy.
what I'm saying. Do that one more hour later and I'd be up. I'm just saying. It's too much. I never ever set an alarm. I get up whenever I'm ready to wake up, and I sleep 7.5 hours, and you're not in that time realm. Honestly, because you're Eastern. If you were 1 hour earlier, I'd make it. I've made it once, I think. So yeah.
Yeah, 9 a.m. Eastern time. That's when we get on Saturday mornings.
Okay.
Yeah, bright and early. Yeah. Ugh.
That's right. Love it, live it. Nothing to it but to do it.
I'll see. I'll be there, yeah, with a smile on my face and lots of coffee. So.
That's
Well, it was
what I'm
awesome,
talking
guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Yes,
it.
thank you,
And
Monica.
Thank
Thank
love
you,
you
everybody,
guys.
for watching. And we'll talk to you later. Much
Bye.
love. Have a good night.
Good night.
See you there.